everyone is pretty much waiting. No one has an ultimate. Again, you can actually.
He is vulnerable if he gets unstuck in the middle of these fights. Because you need to be getting these raises off just in order to end the fights quickly. You know, Shadow Fiend, he is a glass cannon at the end of the days. You know, he does need to be able to. Oh dear, this is in a pretty bad position. I'm actually surprised they didn't go for the raise there, because I think if they'd have done that, they might have just been able to straight up kill him through the borrowed time. But alas, it was not the case. And everyone will just chill out.
I don't know if Zayat showed that blue dagger before, but he has now. Not quite the kind of revealing one, but even though Reza doesn't have a blink right now, Zayat seems like that. Have to play it up in order to not give the game away. And og.topson are not impressed by the bluff, and they just go straight for the two heroes on top without position as if there's someone behind them. But, once again, sometimes when you're playing chess against Pigeon.
You ever played chess against Pigeon?
Against Pigeon, no. I have played chess against Zayat. Actually, he absolutely murdered me.
Oh.
Do you know that he could have gone pro in chess?
Oh, no, I didn't. Be interesting to see him and I think Mid1 is the other big chess player, right?
There's also Winter. There's quite a lot of.
Yeah, a lot of crossover. But Dota's a bit more exciting, so you know, he's able to capture the young minds. Chikira is really flexing on these two right now. He's actually blinking in on this one. He's got a team behind him. In they go. Stuns out, available from the Tiny, controlling up here. The nice blast comes in. Resolution, the damage is down, the slows as well. There's a trap down as well. Solar's coming over, trying to help him out, throwing him a heal with the Essence Ring. That's about all he can offer. More slows, more damage, but it looks like Resolution can get himself away under the tower. The multi-shot will come out and do a bit. Another trap down onto Rezo, but he's perfectly safe for the time being. Unfortunately, that tower is not, as it's brought down, and a Radiant Fortify actually used just afterwards, but it will get refreshed because for some reason Geben shows mercy to those who click too slowly. I don't know why that is. It's really stupid. I hate it.
I don't know either, but look at that. You can see it right. Fine, he's got us, but we're not going to let you take it. This game is really not challenging. It's really helping against the game.
Here we go, though. King getting taken down immediately. Does get the aim last time before he goes down. Yoji's got to be careful, though. He's not winning this fight. Too many right clicks coming in. Too much damage. Onto the TA takes her out immediately. Meanwhile, Drow, she's just trying to finish off Roche, but won't be able to do so. Doesn't have the damage. Roche goes down. DK Focus actually grabs the Aegis right before he's finished off, but it's only taken a surprisingly long time. They might not get him. Interesting toss from TSA, but... Oh, jump forwards. Relocate. Where'd the relocate go? Oh, they...
Critical, they're trying for this Aegis. He's already winning.
Okay, Solo. Interesting relocate, but whatever. Weren't going to get it anyway, so there we go. In they go. They get the tier through 2 in the middle lane and straight up onto the high ground. I mean, the TA is dead. The Drow is dead. They force out the Fortify. And VP will probably be happy with that. They get themselves away now.
They prevented the Aegis from getting onto the green target at the very least, so that's pretty good. And they get a glyph out as well. Good enough. Like, ideally, of course, they get the Aegis for opportunity in order to be able to fight. Otherwise, these two rangers are just going to be knocking their towers down.
Wow, that's quick. Drow and Templar with the Desolator, making very short work of these towers in the bottom lane. Free tier 2, thank you very much.
There's nothing that CTK can do against that. Not with doing that, and still no blink on their Slardar.
Yeah, what's taking this?
I mean, Rezo has been jumping in and dying for it a lot. It's one of those things where you
I don't know, he's only 1 and 2.
Oh, that's weird. Like,
Yeah, he certainly has been, but just has pretty much no money. But there we go. He's going to be able to finish off his blink with his camp, provided they don't immediately jump in and kill him. He's bought it. He's bought it. Do what you must. I've already got my blink. You can kill me. But they're actually not jumping him here. A little bit scared. Ooh, some lovely spindly spider legs on the Templar Assassin.
That is pretty good. I don't choose giving it away.
If you could have your real legs, if you could have your real legs replaced with spider legs, which allowed you to climb up walls and shit, would you do it?
Ooh, that's a rough one. I really like my regular legs.
Do you?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Okay.
But
subtle flex.
On the other hand, like, being a freak of nature is like, I could see something to that.
It'd be fun, right? Who has spider legs? Then people are gonna know you. You're gonna get a documentary made about you.
In a lab.
Yeah, it depends on the country you're in, I guess. But, you know, in our countries we'd be alright. We'd just be like, you know, tabloid sensation. That'd be, oh, Titan Sliver. Oh no, they've left it behind. They need to go back for it. Luckily, they are focused on the outpost, so pretty easy to just run in and grab that. Oh, it's going to be way more dodgy than it was.
And this is actually a smoke miss for me, but saying, yeah, maybe let's not. Instead, the BKB from our gyrocopter is literally 500 gold away. Maybe
yeah. I think they realized Modus Unity were very well set up for that one, so not much sense to just all in for that. Now, I'm really wondering if Drow Ranger gets rid of her spider legs for the Titan Sliver, because that's an insanely good item on Drow, I find. It increases the damage of multi-shot so much. Because, of course, multi-shot is based on your base damage.
Yep. And spells that scale like that are...
Yeah.
Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall?
But looks like the TA is keeping it for now, even though she's got an Orb of Destruction. I mean, this just feels greedy at this stage. And in they go, 3-man Star Hunt from Resolution. Fighting in the background as Kuma comes in on this one, immediately unleashing hell. But no one's actually getting that low with a 2-core. As well, beautiful jump from Resolution. The 3-man Slitherine Crush opens up for an easy fight there. Misses that one, but you're allowed to, Resolution. Don't worry, bud. No more borrowed time left on DK Focus as he's going to get run down by...
OG's turn to ban.
What's Radiant's ban plan anyway?
Don't stop talking to me. Hello guys and welcome to the European qualifiers for the ESL LA Major. We're here in the NIP versus OG matchup. It's a best of 2. The second match of OG for the day and the first match for NIP here for the Group B. How these teams fare against each other. For your casters today, my name is D Swordfish. I'll be your caster, and I am trying to put as many loud changes as possible in the production, so you're welcome. I hope your ears get adjusted to that. And joining me today is the one, the only, the American Alchemy Elevated. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm excited because we have 2 Americans in this matchup. 3 Americans, actually. We've got PPD, we've got Universe, and we've got Sumail, of course. So, you know, the more Americans
counting
in
Americans,
Dota, the better. And that way I can't lose. Either America wins or America wins. So
that's a very good point. Yeah, that's true. That's the technique I use as well when I check out how many Spaniard players. There's 0 on one team, 0 on the other. Therefore, Spain never loses.
Hey man, it's the little things that really matter.
Really is, yeah. I'm excited to watch this new NIP. We're actually talking about this in the downtime. I am very excited to watch Lelis. I thought his performance in the Major was fantastic. I was not a believer of Lelis, I will say. I was not a believer at all. I thought Beast Coast would crash and burn without him, and it would have started with him. And it crashed and burned without him, essentially, because Lelis really carried them in the Major in a lot of matches. He showed a great performance. And
yeah, his story is kind of interesting, actually, because he was an offlaner for a long time, one of the best offlaners, actually, in Brazil.
He was.
And then over the last...
Under the name Liposa.
Yeah, Liposa. And over the last year or so, has transitioned to be more like a 5 and a captain in that region. So it's nice to see him back on the offlane role, where I feel like he is a very, very good playmaker, somebody that can kind of take over games. And now he's playing under one of the best captains in Dota. Kind of interesting that he's actually displacing Universe, who obviously is famous for being an offlaner. So it'll be really intriguing to see how this team comes together, right? They've got Universe moving to 4. They're bringing in Dahak, who's a Russian player playing under PPD. But Dahak does offer a fairly interesting hero pool, and PPD is always somebody that likes to take advantage of sort of, you know, these cheesy strategies, you know, the drow lineups, these timing based strategies. And so it'll be interesting to see how he uses Dahak as well as these new tools in Lelis, and even Tanner, an unknown UK mid laner.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch these guys and how this new team gels. It's a completely different team than the original NIP, really, both in styles, and I mean, obviously the players are different, but the style of the play of these players is very different than we used to have. I am particularly very happy of seeing Universe move to 4. I thought his performance in 3 was not ideal, and I thought, especially lately, it just seemed like it wasn't his position anymore, just by the way he played. And I think 4 suits his playstyle a bit better, where you can sometimes be greedy, sometimes be really sacrificial, but it depends on the game, and where you really come online like kind of halfway through, rather than the early, which is where offlaners kind of tend to shine. So, I'm happy to see Universe in this new role. Unless he plays Io. That's not really exciting. I'm not really excited to see that, to be honest.
Yeah, that is going to be interesting, because I don't know if I've ever seen him play Io. I would assume it's probably going to be PPD on the hero in this game.
Me too.
And at the same time, they do get Io, who's obviously very powerful, but they give up both Snapfire and Void Spirit.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We were talking about how one hero is already OP, then you got both.
Yeah, the instant pick of the Void Spirit with Io, Topson was just sniping Handskin in that first series that we watched. It was just like, all right, where's the Io? Boom, dead instantly. And OG, they're back in comfort, man. They're running the Void Spirit to counter the IO. They have the Snapfire, which is obviously extremely powerful, and then they get the Troll and Oracle. You know, I think that we can probably just go ahead and call this game and move on to the next one. No, I'm just kidding.
This is done. Well, I mean, no matter what happens now, you will. There is a chance that you lose because Troll can win, so it's changed the odds. The stakes are higher for you now, Alchemy.
No, disgusting.
I don't know. I am a big believer in the PPD drafts, but I do find this stuff was not the ideal. I like the Darkseer ban, but early on banning the Morphling over, say, a Void Spirit and a Snapfire seems a bit questionable to me. Now, Lifestealer Magnus is a really good combination, a classic, really. And it does work well. Probably Magnus made Lifestealer carry, I want to say.
Most likely. That is both, you know, major cores being picked super early on in the draft, I feel like, but then again, you know, there's always the chance. I feel like this would be way too slow, but there is always the chance that you could run Universe on the Magnus because he is an offlane player. Then again, you know, Magnus is not really the Empower bot that we used to see, so if that is what they are running, I'm not a huge fan of it.
if you put him as 4, I will be very sad. I'm glad they're running 3 Mars though. So about the 3 Mars, the first guys to actually believe in 3 Mars was the Brazilians. King RD thought this hero was the best thing to happen since sliced bread. Literally, not back in the day when he was released, but literally when nobody had played at all. And then King RD just woke up one day and was like, you know what? I feel like a Roman god, and he played this hero incredibly well, but also ridiculously too much. You know, it was absurd. They picked it every single game, regardless if it was a good game or not. And it started to catch on because a bunch of other Brazilian offlaners were like, oh, maybe Mars is really good because King RT keeps winning with him. And then I started practicing, and Mars is the Brazilian pick right now. They pick it for Lelis, even if there's not much combination here. I am excited to watch Brazilian Mars. Always the best kind of Mars.
That's awfully biased of you, but you know what? I'll give it to you at this
100%.
point.
But I'm Hispanic, so they're like my rivals, right? So it's good bias. It's positive bias. It's nice. Yeah, there we go.
But you are right. Where's the combo with it, right? You have the Arena of Blood as either a setup or counter initiation, and then an RP. It doesn't really work that well. I guess you can group people up enough to where RP maybe hits more people, but at the same time, you're pulling them away from the walls and stunning them so they're not being pushed into it.
Exactly. Yep. I agree. I mean, you can skewer them into the walls, I suppose, if you can just barely get it, because skewer pushes them right through, right?
I'm actually not sure how the interaction works. I would imagine that they bounce off of your horn once they hit the Arena of Blood wall.
Oh, so you go right past it, like you're like a train.
You probably go through and then they bounce off, but I'm not 100%.
I am fast, because you could play like an interesting Ags Magnus game then. Taking advantage of the Mars, I guess that's the combo. That's
sounds.
I'm grasping at straws here.
Sounds mediocre, if I'm being perfectly honest.
It does sound a bit mediocre. I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, you do board now, so the Dark Will is available.
Puck.
Oh no. Elevate Alchemy. I think this might actually be a -4.
No, it's definitely Puck 4.
You think?
Yeah.
100%?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a Universe hero, Puck 4.
It is a Universe hero, yes.
But
I think Puck 4 is kind of bad right now, though.
where, like, this is another one of those games where it's like, okay, you have all of this team fight, but where is your starter? I guess you have to rely on an eventual Blink Dagger on Puck or Mars or Magnus to get things going. It seems awfully slow against a team like OG, who's like ready to go from minute 1 to run at you, even with no matter what heroes they're playing.
Yep. They have very strong heroes, easy to play as well, easy to execute. Ooh, the Bounty as their last pick.
Love it.
I do like this hero a lot, actually.
Love it.
Yeah. He's one of the few heroes that I think can actually win the lane against Lifestealer.
Offlane
Yeah, offlane Bounty
too.
for sure. What do you think that was going to be?
Well, I was just thinking it was going to be 4, but
No, Bounty all the way offlane.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously good.
I actually
So
really like this.
I think it's the only counter you can find against. You were talking about earlier, right? That you really don't beat Lifestealer in lane, but Bounty does. Not so much because he kicks you out, just because he steals your gold. You know, you stay, but he's gonna constantly use the Janata on you. Oh, it's a great draft by OG, man.
Yeah,
It's a very good draft.
I mean, you're gonna have endless setup for these early kills. Mid one should be able to just rack up track kills, and I feel like the pace that OG is gonna set here is just gonna run over NIP. But I'm willing to be surprised. They have lots of counter initiation. We saw it in the last series with Liquid running the Mars. He's very good at, you know, being dove and then turning things around. And they have plenty of that with the Magnus as well.
Yeah, that is true. I'm believing in my Axe joke. I'm honestly not that joking about it anymore. You have lots of combinations. The Dream Coil, the Mars Ultimate. It's not the craziest item to get early. You can go Echo Saber straight into Axe and skip the Blink Dagger in this game.
And then just skewer Sumail away anytime he presses R.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. That's your job. You get to Snapfire easily as well, right?
True.
You can actually catch Topson if you predict it properly. I don't know. I think it might be the idea behind NIP's lineup.
We will see. I'm not really loving this draft from PBD, but you know what? I've been wrong before once, maybe twice.
In his life. That one girl he dated, that was the one. All right, quick bumper break.
My allies have earned their keep. Was already.
Your last move.
There we go. Wasn't that amazing? We could still hear the monkey noises that they put from behind. So I am sorry about that. Never think of you. I always forget about muting the stream when OG comes on. All right. I am a believer in PPD drafts. I think this guy knows something that I don't all the time, like perpetually in life, and I find that this draft, there must be some hidden secret with him. He used to be at least a very consistent drafter. I don't think that even when NIP was losing, the drafts were the problem, if I'm honest with you.
Well, he's had maybe a slight downgrade in players to work with of late.
Yes, that's true.
But, you know, excited to see what this lineup can bring to the table. However, it sounds like you're trusting him to be your Oracle when the Oracle is on the other team. And not so sure that's what you should be doing.
That's a good one. That's a great setup. I was not expecting that. Well, he is the essence of light and goodness or whatever this game. So he is not the companion cube, which does make me doubt his skill as an IO, though.
True that.
Well, we'll see that later.
True.
There's Feast level 1, the Hawk and Success having trouble fighting them, but mid 1 is just looking for some gold. And he did steal it, but they did take the bounty runes. Is that? Okay, that was the slowest bounty runes I've seen in a while. There we go. Even split 2-2.
Very uneventful.
Yep. I'm excited to watch this offline. This is the most exciting. I love Bounty Hunter offline. I think it's fantastic. His armor makes it so a Lifestealer can barely deal damage to him until you get Javelin. So it's and Io's a bad laner, so Bounty should be able to beat him.
Yeah, it was buffed a bit. Another armor given to Bounty Hunter. One of the highest armor heroes in the entire game at this point.
Yep, up there with Terrorblade and Nagasar. You know, he's in that club. And soon to be Brewmaster. Mark my words. One armor a couple patches ago, one armor now. He's getting there.
One of these days, he'll be viable again.
He can, I hope so. He can, he barely takes any damage from these guys, and the issue with Io is that the current build for Io is that you really don't have any magical damage, you're just a physical damage support, so Bounty does not care with his armor. Also, early phase adds more armor to you, it's just a really easy lane for them. I can't imagine there'll be any kills though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a relatively static laning phase for all lanes. Maybe top lane is the highest kill potential with like Spear of Mars or like the Oracle route into maybe some aggression from the troll.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, the Mars plus Puck combo unfortunately has one kind of stun and a lot of damage, but they really do like the setup for that Spear of Mars to be effective. If Sumail misplays, perhaps though they could.
Here I am.
I'm also not the biggest fan of Puck 4.
More so just the trading, I feel like, is favoring NIP here. I also do really like the Magnus mid, just because we saw Topson abuse the kind of squishier Puck with the remnants, but Magnus is a big beefy boy, and he's just going to push the lane out and just kind of cleave Topson constantly in this creep wave.
Yeah. An issue as well with the Void Spirit is that you usually can't kill him because the Resonant Pulse is a bit too strong an ability, and it stops your last bits of damage every time. It's very annoying. But Magnus doesn't need to kill you. He just outlasts you. That's his whole purpose. Yep. So you do have that little advantage. He should win the Flaccid War against Topson.
No, 100%.
I got a quick kill against PPD. He messed up there and everyone punched him with a shuriken arm. Not the best positioning here.
Yeah, gets that early so you can cancel the tether. They also have 2 stuns with the cookie on top of that. And the mini stun from Shuriken.
Yep, so that's a lot of ways. I mean, the cookie's a bit difficult to cancel tether with, but the other one is easy, as you mentioned. Quite a fast stun. You're not using Janata there. There's a Janata in the hut. I love that effect, by the way. That's a beautiful more on the And actually, we're checking the net worth. Something I don't usually do this early, but we can see that the net worth, even though the Hawk has more last hits, considerably more, it's the steal from Janata that really guarantees the last hits here. And the Hawk has a lot of trouble because of that. 1-1. Bothered here, not quite gonna get killed. They don't have any kill potential, and one can play to his heart's content. It's very much like playing mid lane, when you know that they have no kill potential besides the one that the enemy hero had, a very immediate one. So you can actually play to really low HP, because they can't really chase after you.
Yep, and Headdress on Soxa will allow mid-1 to stay relatively healthy. He does have some more regen being ferried out to him right now, Salve, plus that Blades of Attack. I like this build up a lot.
A lot of his Headdress as a 4, like they just immediately build Headdress. Is this like the newer trend, the region?
Yeah, if you're in one of these lanes where you're kind of just trading constantly like this, having a Headdress is really nice just because the extra 2 regen constantly. You know, if you're against a more burst heavy lane like the Mars puck lane, then you probably want more just flat regen like a Salve or a Tango's.
Right, but for trading regen of the Headdress is really useful. Armor used to be like a thing you used to build against things like Necrophos, right? Because there's just constant harassment. You're like, well, I guess I counter it with regen.
Yep.
You're seeing the game is kind of slow for now. There's not much kill potential in any lane. Topson's getting some really good Aether remnants though.
He's going for 3 points in the Remnant yet again. Really opting for the kill potential that comes out from having this longer stun than worrying about extra gold or extra damage.
What a play, Tanner! That was a fantastic skewer. He doesn't have the Astral Step yet, but it's not enough to kill him. Still though, you just tanked a lot of damage as Topson just because of a little misstep there. The Tanner punished you properly. And now that power hurts. Has 1 point in shockwave, just enough to snipe him if he uses the shield. Yeah, cheeky shield. Helping him out. Enough to save him from Tanner's damage, because he would have died there. Tanner's considering this. Topson doesn't have Astral Step yet.
Universe?
And we just see him going for the rune. Oh, he gets sniped by Universe as illusory orb. That deserves a tip.
A really nice rotation from Universe there. Topson. He tried to juke it, saw it at the very last second, but the AoE on that is much bigger than you think.
That play by Tanner was really good as well, honestly. I was very surprised by it. Bottom lane, mid-1. Okay, he has... Unfortunately, they see him, but he doesn't have Shadow Walk. Best counter to dust in the game.
Don't scale.
Yeah, exactly. They're not aware that he has 2 points in Shuriken Toss, which is going to surprise them because the puck... the IO's HP here. And mid-1, just heal back up with a Salve. Goes back to the Hawk. Launching on level 3. Doesn't have it. That cookie. If that stun, that would have been a dead lifestealer.
Yep. A little bit off in the timing there, but now we're starting to heat things up in all the lanes, actually. Top lane trading quite a bit with Universe as well. Everybody's getting kind of low. Where's the kill going to happen? Keep that camera movement on point.
Yeah. Are you telling me that an order?
Yeah.
Okay.
No T-Tours in chat.
There's going to be some. It's just delayed, but there's going to be some. I can see it. I apologize in advance. Treads on Topson. Tanner also should finish his... I love how he built his treads. Look at Tanner. He built his treads first for the stats and the Gloves of Haste, and finally the boots. Movement speed is the least relevant thing here in this lane.
Yeah, I agree.
And now he's taunting. I am becoming a fan of Tanner just by watching this mid. The taunts just is the cherry on top. Really makes me like this guy even further.
Yeah, I watched quite a few of his replays when he got picked up by NIP because I was curious who this guy was, and he actually carried Viking GG over NIGMA back in the minor qualifiers of the last PPC cycle. The dude's stylish. He's a very good player.
Over, oh, NIGMA, they were liquid back then. Yeah, okay. I was confused, yeah, okay. I agree, yeah, no, I've seen this guy before in Viking GG. I was like, okay, this is it's a pretty legit guy. Now I think in NIP though, he's playing even better. He's coming into his own. They really let him use his, I think he's like incredibly mechanically skilled. Like this guy knows the timings to a T. He's young, that's his thing. So NIP really lets him shine as that was a lifesteal by Topson. As TPD can become the brain of the operation. Mid one. Chase, but look at that armor. No, it's the armor. It's just 13 armor. How do you beat that as a life stealer? You have the javelin, so you just rely on lucky javelin procs.
Did you
roll the dice?
Yours?
Yeah, it really is. The life stealer, you know, before you could go for the face boots and maybe early, and that you still had a fair amount of damage. But since the nerfs to the face boots damage and in general the life stealer's damage, it's just you don't deal anything. Look, javelin procs hurts and everything else does not. They're going for the idol and they can't kill him. Damaging out already. They use all the damage. That was a really nice infestal to give him a bit of extra time. How EPD will go down regardless. So the trap kill nonetheless, and the Hawk realizing this is play. No, Tanner coming in, cleaning up house with a nice RP, ensuring they both go down. Thompson's a haster, so he's unreachable. That's still a really good turnaround by Tanner.
Yeah, I really like that rotation. Uses the RP right away. Double kill, stops the dive. Topson comes down, doesn't get anything done.
That was good. It was a very good rotation by Tanner. To dominate, he's done really well against Topson, which is something we haven't seen when he was playing Void Spirit, at least the last matches. And he has Echo Saber almost completed with early treads and double bracer.
But man, look at this. The outpost. 2 TPs down here. They're just gonna immediately start diving again, looking for these track kills on the IO. And without any RP to counterplay, they're gonna need rotations from maybe the Mars or the Puck to stop this.
Puck is too busy taking the outpost. He's not going to participate. He knows it's almost 10 minutes. He needs that outpost, that experience. Super valuable, especially at Puck 4. The Hawk is just being chased out by mid one. Ooh, that damage is ridiculous.
PPD is toast.
PPD, yeah. Oh, well, this evades the Aether Woman. Style him to his death.
You cannot escape.
Appreciate that.
Our paths are linked.
I mean, yeah, I don't think PPD down there is that big a deal, honestly. You kind of give a kill to the rotation, so it made him more worthwhile.
It is a track kill, though.
Oh, that's true. Never mind, yeah. I can no longer make the point that supports are useless, yeah.
Yeah, mid one he's gonna become very, very scary for both the Puck and the IO to deal with. Gonna be quite squishy heroes, and I mean, look at mid one. He's literally, he has no points in invis, but he's literally just running in full vision into the enemy jungle.
It's a garbage skill anyway. You can counter with a 90 gold item. It's not worth it. So it's just don't skill it. The best one. It's like playing a Shaker against Morphling. There's the bounty hunter just walking around, tracking people. He does have much more gold than the, well, a fair amount more gold than that lifestealer considering the lane. And the Hawk is now going to have to be forced into recovery. Unfortunately, his timing for lifestealer to be really late. In the mid lane, they go for Tanner. No, they go for the IO. Much easier kill. Now Mortimer's Kiss is annoying Tanner, but not enough to kill him. Universe evades some of the damage. But it's tough, Universe. It's tough.
Was that another track kill on the IO?
That was indeed a track. Well, actually, let me check. No, there was no track used, so I must have not. So at least he's just an IO kill. That's better, right? I guess. We still lost the IO.
Yeah, and potentially mid tower. I mean, what does NIP do to fight against this? They're gonna have to bring Mars in to try and stop the push. And that will be enough for now. But OG, like, this is sort of my fear from the NIP draft, is that what do they do to stop this pressure? OG is just playing on their side of the map with impunity.
Yeah, NIP has to create some kills. They need space for the lifestealer to recover is the problem. And the Empower helps a lot, which means that Maelstrom is not such a necessity, but it does put him...
Here's a nice rotation in the top lane.
This is very good, actually. They're going to go for the Troll Warlord, and it's going to be an easy kill. Lemons immediately with that Arena Blood. It's not that a second. Arena Blood, Spear, and even take an outpost in the process. They did take the outpost earlier, right? When the experience came by, no?
I think it was 2-0. I think it was 2-0.
Oh, was it 2-0? Okay, so Puck didn't take it in the end. But that was a really good play by NIP. That's exactly what you were saying they needed, right? Just get these kind of kills.
Yep, slow sumail down. He's going for the Yasha into Battle Fury build again that we saw in the previous series. A little bit slower this time to get that Yasha done.
I like the PPD. Nope, that was not a PP. They have a tether. No. I don't know if he can get out here though. The bounty hunter is just thirsting for blood. They use rage to get PPD some extra movement speed, but there you go. Movement speed's gone. Mid one is forced. Actually, Lelis in the middle lane got killed out by Topson. So unfortunately, that play was supposed to create space, but instead it didn't really do that clearly.
Relo is up, and they have RP, so I think NIP are probably going to look for something if OG does try to pressure this tower.
Let's see. I mean, Tanner is just threatening, and that's a really good... I mean, he's practiced this. These placements for the Aetheremons are perfect, honestly. They're always on choke points. They're always just kind of preventing enemy movement. He's playing a really good zone out here on Void Spirit. Tanner fighting against 3. There's the RP. Only for mid 1, though.
Here's the reload.
Skewer pushes him forward. There's the reload we're talking about. Mid 1 now slowed down. He doesn't have invis, so we need to dust him. Easy for them. Mid 1 gets brought down. At least it's a kill on, even though it's just an offlaner. And use an RP for that. Now Lelis might actually turn this into a 1-for-1. Mortimer's kits will make this impossible for Lelis to get out of. Goodbye, Lelis. I don't think that was the play, Lelis. Unless you can get Topson here. He's been stunned, he's been leashed, and he's been killed. And it just does it. The Hawk joins in again. No-till the target. The no-till. They don't want to use the ultimate, so they skewer him. That's a well-played PPD. Does not get brought down. Universe as well. They're playing with slivers of HP, but it's enough. The Hawk, though, knows the Valentine is about to come out. He infests Tanner. Immediately gets away. Sumail still healing back up. In comes Big One. Tanner a bit too confident, but they can kill Sumail. No problem. With the help of Universe yet again. Playing with fire. Ends up getting burned. But in exchange, we'll get Mid One. Finally has Invis, but they have Dust on him. They just choose not to go for him anymore. Why? That Dust came a bit late, apparently. That was an odd... Going for Socks as opposed to going for... I guess.
They're just brawling it up at this point. Just constant fighting. It does favor the side of the bounty hunter usually, but I think NIP holding their own, at least for now. The Hawk still below the Troll in terms of net worth, but does have that Maelstrom finish, so he should start to accelerate a little bit. Sumail's farming item a little bit slower paced, and so I think that this is kind of the time where NIP really needs to start playing aggressively. They have the Blink Dagger queued up on this Mars, and they need to start pressuring, taking out this mid tower. We've seen it time and time again. The longer this mid tower stays up, the harder any team has winning the game.
That's true. The tier 1s are super important right now, and they're both staying up right now. So who has the advantage here? Who wants to play this early game further? Who wants to get those kills? Is it OG because of their...
Oh, sorry. Was that actually a question?
That was the question. Yeah. I'm asking. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, it's OG's playstyle to just run at you. So
no, but I mean in drafts, just if you look in just the drafts, like who would you say? All right, I need. Wait, sorry, Lelis is about to get killed. Yeah, just a quick. Lelis is not doing too well this game, unfortunately. You know, Arena Blood there just to kind of annoy them further. There's no way he's getting out though. He's pushing them out a fair amount, but he's gonna go down. Middle lane though, they try to get a counter kill to no-till, and no-till is forced to use that ultimate. With OG rotating just Saksa without mana, I don't know what you can do. Saksa, that's Scattergun Blast. Yeah, with a stick. Well, the RP though, on the 2.
Damn it.
Anything else to stop this Void Spirit? The damage is just not sufficient. And Fate 6 stops Magnus. There's the relocate, but a bit late. They go for mid 1. Topson decided to go for a puck instead, and the puck is going to be brought down. Universe, goodbye. Mortimer's Kiss is now turning this battlefield into hell. Impossible for NIP to do anything. They lose both their supports, and they might lose their mid laner in the process as well. Magnus get brought down with a Kindereg surprise inside. The Hawk will be the last victim of this engagement, turn this into a 2-part team wipe, much like the Hobbit, but better.
That's the thing about playing against OG is they are going to bring more heroes to every fight than you. So you either need to match them or you need to be extremely clean in getting a pick off and getting out, because there are going to be heroes rotating and collapsing on you from every single angle as soon as a fight breaks out. And we saw that right there. 5 heroes showing up in the mid lane, not getting any kills off the back of that RP, and that is just not acceptable against OG.
No, exactly. I mean, that RP was a bit hopeful though, right? You had the relocate, not even, it wasn't even going. It hadn't even started it as the RP was used. So it was clear a lack of confidence in Tanner or a miscommunication, because usually when teams are going to use the RP, they know it. Like, I'm looking for an RP, right? Okay, relocate. I'm looking for a relocate. It was too late that relocate.
Yep. Yeah, Universe didn't have coil either. It was still on cooldown for like 50 seconds when that RP was used, so
another issue. And you had no Mars.
Yeah, I think that Lelis needs to start kind of being with the team more. He's been split pushing a lot. I think maybe you start to have Universe maybe get a little bit more farm, do the split pushing since he's a little bit harder to kill than the Mars, and then you have the Arena of Blood every single time that one of these fights starts to break out.
That's the one thing when I was watching Lelis, you know, big fan, right? I've already spoken really well about him, so now I have to speak him down. The one issue I think he has with his playstyle is the kind of almost greediness you have with this guy. He always split pushing, he's always doing those things. Yeah, he doesn't have the versatility to play different styles sometimes though, which is the problem. Like, you can be a farming offlaner, like a greedier offlaner, much like Yapsor is a greedy 4, but if your team doesn't want to play around that, you have to be able to adapt to a different playstyle as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a draft issue too, I think, with NIP, just because they don't really have like this centerpiece, right? They have all these relocates and
attempt with a relocate. Yes, they might be able to find voids for it. There's the RP, but saved by a false promise. They gotta kill Topson somehow, instead selling for mid 1. They have a dust burn, but it's just gonna be a mid 1 kill. Topson is gonna be able to make out of this with full HP, unscathed. They have to deal with Sumail instead, but Sumail has his ultimate anyway. And look at that ultimate. It destroys the Hawks, tears right through him, and heals Sumail back to full. Oh, wow. How does it feel to have no impact in this world? NIP.
It looked good at the beginning, but it's such a heavy commitment. That's the point I was trying to make before that fight broke off, which is like, they don't really have anyone to just start fights unless it's using an ultimate. And if you're going to use an ultimate, it kind of needs to be like a full-on team fight. So you don't really have the opportunity to just get pickoffs to, you know, soft commit. It's always just full on, we're going on, we're taking this fight, and it needs to go well.
Yeah, I agree. This is okay against Sucks, I suppose. As a little initiation. You don't have an RP though if you want to continue flying this. Neither do you have the Arena of Blood. And OG has vision around this area. And as we know from OG, they like fighting. They like these kind of street fights that the enemy team seems to be going for. That spirit's an interesting spirit, but they're not going to be able to stop this outpost from being taken. And without the outpost, they just...
Or do they?
Right here, I think OG, sorry, I meant with OG, they want to let it go there. Mid 1 is kind of... He discovered that Shadow Walk exists and he's very happy. He's like, wow, they don't see me. This is amazing.
Invisibility is invincibility in this case.
Yeah, that's why all my pups tell me. Universe. There's a track. Ah, there we go. Look at your invincibility go. Immediately dusted, by the way. That was not a great skewer.
He's so fast, though.
No way he's getting away. There we go. Open wounds, mid 1. Look at that armor go, though. PPD is blocking the Hawk. And the phase boots were not active. Mid 1's actually going to get away. And instead in the mid lane, now they're fighting. PPD has been immediately killed off. With Topson looking for the hill and the Hawk. No more astral step, though. That purifying flames came very close, though.
NIP definitely on the back foot, scrambling at this point to try and find any kills. We've seen it before, going on mid 1 never really seems to turn out very well for OG's opponents.
So what do you do with your NIP now? What are you looking for? Because these pickups have not been working out for you. Do you have to just double back them and try to get the Oracle first?
He's wrong.
It's one of those situations where you either had to, you know, choose to fight.
Well, like here, for example, RP. Oh, they're going for the Oracle. They just want the Oracle. RP wasn't worth it. So they stopped that, but they needed that kill. They needed that kill.
Again, a fairly heavy commitment, though, because they do end up using the Arena of Blood. Sure, it's only 60-second cooldown, but... Or 60 seconds at this point.
No, it's 75 at this point, but you know, keep lying to our audience like that. Jesus.
Alright.
Dude, coil. Go on to the Void Spirit. He's been leashed. They bring him back. They break the coil.
Nice.
That worked out with the silence as well. And that's Topson dead. With an RP committing. Who's that for? Mid 1. Mid 1 tanks like crazy with those all the items he's got. He's really fast as well. Tanner Decides to blink right onto him, but doesn't do much. Finally, the kill goes to Universe.
We're in a double damage. Do they take Roche here? I feel like they need to get something done. They're using all these high cooldown spells. They need to start turning them into objectives. Every single fight that we've seen so far has been on NAP's side of the map. And that's pretty scary when you see this 12,000 net worth troll who's just been farming completely uncontested with a Battle Fury for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, the troll has been, he's going to be forced to be reckoned with. We have not really seen him, right? We saw one team fight with a battle trench turnaround, but that's it. And now we're finally going to see a troll that's active. I think a BKB is a necessity, though, at some point in this game for the troll, right? Because the puck has no ags.
Yeah, you definitely will want it, although I don't think you can die anyway. You have the Oracle as backup, so Sumail is going to just wait until the last possible moment.
Alright, Sumail is just gonna take the shot completely alone. If they go in, they're gonna get caught by the spirits. They don't respect this. And they see this, they have a track from mid-1 annoying them as well. Oh, Sumail may die here. He's been silenced, trying to prevent that ultimate from coming out. But that Astro Spirit! Sorry, the Ether Remnant is too good.
Really nice.
It stopped Tanner from actually finishing him off. That was so clutch. And now in comes Sox, and the turnaround is here as he starts putting globs of fire into the enemy, forcing Tanner away. Sumail has used the ultimate. Now he's really low. No turns to help him. Where's the damage? Tanner brings it. However, a nice cookie stops him completely here, and the Hawk gets caught by another Ether Remnant. They're lacking the damage, and the Hawk has to just heal back up. Nice jump up and wound there.
So
Topson's still around. Assimilate, looking for the kill. Silence up. And now they go for Topson. Universe might killed off here. Nope, no need. Topson's still looking for him.
Nice
but he's
spear.
not going to fight him. Instead, he'll plant a spear to the face. And a death. No! The death is not going to happen. He actually gets away. I'm sorry. Assimilate is enough to get him to safety.
Yeah,
so much so that if he choke on my own words.
Oh, there's a regen right in front of the Roche pit too. This is such a scrappy fight from both teams. I can't believe that NIP are doing so much work with their long cooldown abilities. But RP is back up again, and Roche is still at like 25% health.
Troll in 10 seconds. They're going to try to take it before Troll comes back. They have an RP, as you mentioned. No Mortimer's Kisses. There we go. Dream Coil for the Void Spirit Skewer. No, it's not enough to break the Dream Coil. So he actually just survives, doesn't get stunned at the whole time. That's not good enough. They're going to try to catch the Hawk, but it's a bit too late. However, they do find Tanner, who just jumps right into the Ether Remnant. And Tanner still looking for the RP onto 2. It's on the top send. Someone stop this man. Someone stop this madness. There's the RP, but immediately stopped by a false promise. Thompson's back to the shenanigans. Kills off Tanner. The Hawk is the next target, and the Hawk is forced to use Race to get away. I don't think it's going to be good enough. The Spirit March misses everyone, and the Hawk is going to be killed off as well. Topson, you madman.
This is what OG does to you, man. They force you to play these ridiculous, just non-stop brawl, scrappy fights. And NIP, they held their own for a while there, but this is like the originators of this style of play in the current meta, and you have to be awfully careful about taking a 5-minute fight against OG.
OG is the inventors of Street Fight Dota. I completely agree with you. They are scrappy. They will play you. Their carry is dead, and you'll go, okay, so now they should retreat. And OG is like, nah, this is exactly when we go forward the most. And they play this really well. Topson was unkillable there, literally.
Just doing so much damage over time. All their short cooldown abilities. I keep saying this over and over again. NIP is very ultimate based, and it showed there. They just ran out of damage. They ran out of control. They have like one shot, and you know they missed their opportunity. Mom spaghetti, etc.
I was thinking that too. They did. That was the chance. I think that the big blunder in that team fight was the skewer to try to break the Dream Coil and not doing so. Right, just a bit too short, that skewer. And that stopped the whole team fight, because then you didn't have a stun onto Topson. Topson was only silenced, really. You lacked the damage. And the constant Ether Remnants, that ability is stupidly good.
Such a good area denial spell that people don't give it credit for.
Area denial is a rarity in Dota, but it's a commodity indeed. It's great for you. Sumail. There's the Solo Crest is also doing work. I love this build for Topson. Look at that Solo Crest and the Troll. This guy stacks those fervor stacks like there's no tomorrow. And that's gonna be the Mailerac's gone.
I love it. He's just constantly putting these Aether Remnants in a way that like Sumail can retreat through them and escape.
Yeah, exactly.
Such good
Very
play
smart.
on this Void Spirit.
Also, if Tanner blinks in, try from behind, try to skewer him or whatever, gets caught, right? It's happened multiple times. And you keep thinking, why is Tanner blinking to the Remnant? Well, I mean, what else do you want him to do, you know?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You just can't initiate, unfortunately, on this man. It's been really tough for him. I think NIP has played this quite well, but OG's just playing this better.
Yep. I would agree. I think NIP is really, you know, they're showing a lot of character here and how they're having to play against a team like OG that's willing to fight them constantly.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Alright, that's bottom lane Rex done. And Sumail once more. Someone stop this man. You can't just take your Rex like this. There we go. Universe. Okay, Sumail. Here's the battle trench to kill the Isle. Should be able to go. Isle resist a lot thanks to the infest. However, he's eventually killed off. Even with an essence ring, it's impossible. Mid one, chasing after the puck. Puck is not going to be found. Instead, it's Lelis in the backline who had to cut this team fight short. And he'll pay the price for it with his head.
The end.
OG running through the base. Dahak, mid one. He just thinks this is his own base. He's defending it. They swapped sides mid one. Man fighting a life dealer. This incredibly armored bounty hunter cannot be stopped. And they're actually in the base. Why? Oh, Tanner just scared him. Okay. Sorry. Tanner skewered mid one.
He thought it was his own fountain, actually. He was like, oh, let me go top myself off real quick.
And it did top him off, indeed. It really, really did top him off. Topson. How with the Desolator, they have a bit of extra pushing power. They cannot take the left lane of Rax, unfortunately, because they do not have the towers for it. But OG is not going to let this pressure stop. This pressure continues until the day they say it doesn't. They're going to go for kills here. Much like the other games. If you cannot break towers, you break the enemy. And Sumail has an Abyssal. We've already seen how impactful that can be against the Isle earlier.
We have 2 Divine Rapiers also keyed up.
One on Sumail, one on Topson?
Yeah.
I didn't even have to check to know. I just knew it. These guys.
Surprised that mid one doesn't have one queued up. Although,
yeah.
If he's not quite sure which fountain is his, it's probably best if he doesn't.
that's fountain dysphoria is a really big issue. We have the beginning of the rapier is actually being built on Sumail, though. He's not actually kidding about this rapier. He almost has it. He has the sacred relic.
Why not? How do you die? You don't die as this troll. There's no way.
No. With Paladin Sword as well?
Yep.
I mean, that is a good pickup for Sumail, for a troll in general. Okay, Lifestealer way too cocky here. The Hawk almost gets bursted down. Thank God for PPD, though, saving his life. And it was actually a bait. Or, we're going to call it that.
Who's baiting who?
I think NIP was baiting OG. No, there's no follow-up, so I don't really know. Maybe a skewer bait? There's still an Aegis on troll, though, so it's very tough. It's a tall order to kill him. The Hawk going in, open wounds first, but even a Lifestealer can be out-healed by a troll, apparently. Paladin Sword a bit too strong. There's a smoke, though. I saw smoke. NIP. There's their last resort, their last attempt, their Hail Mary. Will they be able to do so? Will this Hail Mary succeed?
They need like a huge RP into the fountain with Arena keeping them in there. They gotta go now, though.
There we go. Oh, they missed the Spirit of Mars. And that Ancient's already half HP. I did hear the Aegis expire, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Aegis expired. Tanner just used the RP, though. And they did not use it to put it to good use. The Hawk is gone. Tanner's gone, too. PPD's dead, but there's no point in casting that because the GG's already called. And OG is going to win game number 1.
USA. USA.
Is that because Sumail won, right?
Yep.
I like playing the game of guess what the American is cheering at this point.